Here we go again, bourbon fans. I'm Tim the Suburban Dad, and this is the final episode of Will It Beat Bookers? So we take the best Bookers of 2022 and we face it off against another challenger in a blind tasting. I'm here to see if Booker's really is worth it at this point, or if there are other bottles that are better at taste and quality as well as price. So far, Booker's has lost the first 2 rounds. It's really hard to come back from. Today we got the first batch of 2022-01 Ronnie's batch and another Beam product, Baker's 7-year. Let's get to it. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and subscribe. Today we've got 2 great bottles. Go ahead and dive into the bottle stats real quick. We have Booker's 2022-01 Ronnie's batch. It is 6 years, 11 months, 22 days old, 124.3 proof. Got that down by now. We've got Baker's. This is a single barrel, and it's 8 years, 10 months old. So it's Baker 7, but really it's 8 years, 10 months, almost 9 years old. Older. Booker's cost $90+ these days retail. Baker's, I got this for $50. Very nice. All right, so let's go with pour A. This is a blind tasting. These bottles are set down randomly. I don't know which pour is which. We'll go with pour A first. First, we'll compare the two color-wise. Pretty darn similar. A might be just a hair lighter, a little more apple juicy compared to honey on pour B here. Now, this is 107 proof, so these are 17 proof points difference. That's pretty significant, really. Let's check out pour A, nose first. Very pleasant on the nose right away. Very fruity. Fruity spice. A little bit of oak. Sweet. So the nose on pour A, very approachable. Sweet, fruity, oak. Just very pleasant, no burn or anything. Raspberry, cherry type notes. Let's have a taste. All right, I can tell you right now, this has got to be Baker's. It's light. It's not thin, but it's not overly complex either. It's very easy to drink. It's got a nice lasting finish though. A little heavy on the oak with the finish, but not bad. Yeah, that's still going. That's a long pour, or a long finish on this one. Very easy to drink, very mellow. I'm very suspicious that is Baker's just right off the bat. All right, on to pour B, on the nose. Okay, so this one doesn't have a harsh tone to it. It doesn't throw me off. There's just very little on the nose to me, quite honestly. Yeah, it's ethanol-y, a little bit of wood. Just not super great on the nose. Let's have a taste. Okay, by now, I'm learning to trust my palate a little bit more. So, this has some, let me try again. Caramel notes up front. Spice in the middle, root beerish. What does that sound like to you guys? This is tasting very much like Booker's to me. Okay, so palate-wise, this one's a lot more robust and complex and rich. I don't necessarily love the flavors that are in here compared to A, but I like the richness and complexity a lot more. This one is a lot more viscous. So yeah, if this is Booker's and it's higher proof, that would make perfect sense. So far, I'm kind of undecided between pour A and pour B. B is more rich and viscous. A is more, it's lighter, but it's still got good flavor to it. So let's add just a teensy drop of water to each and see what happens. There we go. All right, back to pour A on the nose. More of the fruit coming through here. Vanilla cherry, like black cherry. It's very nice nose, really. A wins on the nose for sure, for sure. Taste. Okay, so the water really mellows it out a lot, unpleasantly so. It's got more of a grainy tone to it, which is not super great. Again, goes down like water at this point. I mean, it's super easy. When I took a bigger sip, I got more of the complexity of the flavor, but honestly, the water, even just that little drop, was too much for it, I think, for me. Not, man, I like the flavors better of A, but the actual experience, it's not there. Let's go back to B. The nose is a little bit better, still ethanol-ish. Some wood and spice. A lot of spice coming through now. Not as much of that root beerish note as I was getting before. A lot of spice, a little bit of caramel, oak, spicy oak. Well, I will say this. My decision is not as clear-cut this time as it has been the first two times. The first two face-offs with Booker's has been a very clear winner. This one, there's pros and cons each way. Neat. I like the flavors better of A, and if I just want an easy sipper, I'd go with that. B, I like the complexity. I don't like the flavors so much, which is weird. You know, I like the mouthfeel and the experience and the richness, but the flavors themselves are not great. Overall, B is going to be my winner tonight. I think B is Booker's. I think A is Baker's. So let's see how I did. And as usual, we are finding out together, everybody. Hold on to your butts. A is Baker's, B is Booker's. Yep, my palate is improving for sure. So, finally, Booker's won one by a hair. Yeah, so for the price point, $40 difference. These are the most drastically different experiences to drink of the challenges so far. By itself, I love Baker's. Historically, it's been great. I think just putting it up against a higher proof bourbon like this shows its proof a little bit more. But for $50, it's a great pour. This one, man, still 90 though. To me, even though this won my blind tasting for Booker's, check it out up here, it is not a great Booker's to me. Which, yeah, I just think 2022 is not a great year for Booker's. Overall, I'd say Booker's does not seem to be worth it anymore, guys. It's painful to say that. But both Knob Creek and Elijah Craig smoked it. Baker's couldn't quite hold its own against Booker's today. But they're still both great bottles. Tell me what you think. Have you had Baker's? What do you think of it compared to Booker's? And until next time, cheers.